Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Hank Gillen with the Office of Veteran Services at St. Joseph's University. Our mission is to empower veterans to achieve their professional and educational goals. During the coronavirus pandemic, we've been speaking with veteran business owners to learn how they're dealing with the situation. Today, I'm happy to have as our guest Jordan Serulneck of Sirens Brewing Company in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hi, Jordan.
How are you, Hank? Thanks for having me, brother.
Hey, glad to have you here and looking forward to a great discussion. Maybe you could start us off by telling us a little bit about Seven Sirens and including maybe your military background and if that had any bearing on what you decided to get into for a business.
Absolutely, Hank. So I was in the Navy for 6 years, stationed out of San Diego on the USS Benfold, DDG 65. As a hobby, I did home brewing between deployments out there in Southern California. The Southern California craft beer scene is one of the largest in the country. In San Diego County alone, there's over 200 and I think 15 or 20 at this point operating craft breweries. So one of my friends got out of the military and opened up a craft brewery down there in Long Beach. I helped him do that. Fast forward a couple of years, I got out of the military, finished my degree, bought a house, got a job, did all the adult things they tell you to do when you grow up. And I was feeling a little unfulfilled and decided to invest in myself. So I did something that I had a passion for and something that I had experience with, and it's been quite the journey.
Outstanding. How long have you had the brewery?
So it took us just over 3 years from conception to opening our doors, and we opened our doors February 14th of 2020. So we were open for 1 month before we were forced to shut down.
So this is really this new normal is normal for you all as
Yep.
it stands. Great. So how has the corona pandemic affected the business? Have you had to pivot your activity for the new environment from what you envisioned?
Absolutely. So we were actually, the business model for our brewery kind of revolved more around the customer experience. We have a very large tap room with games and a rooftop beer garden and all that kind of stuff. So our entire business model revolved around social interaction, right? So a lot of breweries are a little bit smaller and focus more on distribution and things like that, while we focus on the in-house experience. So, something I never thought that would go out of style, which is people hanging out and having fun, has now been out of style. So we had to figure out how immediately to pivot our operations from in-house sales to distribution, to go, delivery, all these different things, in addition to ramping up our merchandise sales and other sources of income to keep the doors open, keep people, our employees working, which we've been very fortunate and successful at. We haven't let anyone go. Everyone is still on payroll and getting hours and making money. So I'm really proud of that. But yeah, no, changing our entire business model from, like I said, in-house sales to go and delivery required new licensing, new permits, new everything from logistics to new software that we had to incorporate and learn how to use as we are taking orders. So yeah, no, it's been fun. But I mean, as a veteran, I mean, I'm sure you can attest to this. You just kind of roll with the punches and you make the best of it, and you keep a smile on your face, and you keep, like you said, keep the ball rolling.
Sure. Well, you sort of anticipated my next question. How did your military experience prepare you, if it did, for this?
So to expand upon that, I mean, the number one thing that I would say I learned in the military that's helped us be successful in this environment is just our adaptability. I'm sure with training and exercises and all the things that they prepare you to do, the number one thing they're trying to do is to show you that there's no situation that's going to be the same, and you just have to go into the environment prepared with all the tools that you need and confident that you can adjust if necessary and accomplish the mission.
Absolutely. So will your experience in adapting here to the circumstances during the pandemic have an impact on how you think you're going to continue after the new normal changes, perhaps back towards what you were anticipating when you first opened Do you see there change to how you're going to do business afterwards?
So it's a tricky question because we don't know when we're going to go back to normal and what normal is even going to look like. So for us, our occupancy in our brewery is 320 people. So with 320 people in one room, it's very hard to mitigate social distancing, all that kind of stuff. So we're anticipating when they do open up restaurants, bars, movie theaters, all those kinds of things, or they've been talking about limiting occupancy to half of what's on your certificate of occupancy and 6 feet apart, half the tables, things like that. I mean, we're still going to keep doing the pickup beer to go, which was not something we did before this happened. We're going to continue delivering beer because we don't anticipate everyone to just immediately be okay coming out to public places. And that's their right. And we appreciate their service and patronage regardless. So yeah, there's some things that we're learning and doing now that we are going to incorporate into our business plan going forward, as long as it's profitable. We're not going to keep delivering beer, every week if the sales aren't there for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, we're definitely going to have to look at what we're going to be doing going forward when we open, but this is definitely just another challenge.
Well, I see that you actually the delivery started out within a certain radius, and you've expanded that on the weekends. Is that a sign of success on that particular avenue you're pursuing?
Yeah, no. So the first couple of weeks, we just wanted to make sure that our processes were in place. We didn't want to just overwhelm ourselves with orders while we were still figuring out the software and how to use it and how to best utilize it. We over doubled our radius since we started delivering 4 weeks ago. This is going to be our 4th week. Yeah, no, I mean, it's been successful. With anything else, there was its growing pains and some things we had to hash out and figure out. A couple orders where people picked up their delivery order before we went to deliver, so we went to deliver it, but they already had, you know what I mean? So there was just some things that we had to figure out logistically, how and why we were doing what we were doing. And, but we look at these challenges as an opportunity to grow and to learn and to, be better in our industry. So we're not shying away from them.
Outstanding. And the attitude is key, as they used to tell us in formation too. That's you can approach it from a couple of different ways, but if you approach it the right way, everything looks like an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So do you have any tips or takeaways that you've come up with that you might share with another vetrepreneur who's out there looking to try to make the best of this circumstance for his own undertaking?
Yeah, I mean, my number one thing, like our number one success is just our ability to just look, like you said, look at things like opportunities. Don't be afraid to take a chance on something and see if it works or doesn't work. We're doing a lot of different things here that no one around is doing. Some things have been super successful and some things haven't. You don't have to keep doing the things that aren't successful. I'm sure any company you can think of in the world that's been super successful has had hundreds of problems and hundreds of things that didn't work. But, what differentiates successful and unsuccessful businesses, in my opinion, is their ability to adapt, ability to not point fingers, ability to have accountability, and to have the perseverance to keep going. This is, everything's not always just going to be, good and fun and easy for everybody. It was for a while. And, this is really just an opportunity for people to step up and push forward. And like I said, don't be afraid to take risks right now. It's a completely different market, and what commerce looks like going forward is up for us to define almost. So just keep going, keep trying new things.
Well, an interesting perspective there. It is a brave new world, and take risks because you know that you're not the only one taking risks at this point.
Absolutely. We're all on the same page right now, so might as well define what the new norm is.
Outstanding. Well, so now that we've gotten our audience excited about Seven Sirens and what you've been able to do so far, and things how you're adapting up there in Bethlehem, can you share with them how they can learn more about your operation?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, all those things. Our website, www.sevensirens.beer, not .com. A lot of people mess that up, but yeah, I mean, we try posting every single day about our operations, about upcoming events, different things like that. We do all sorts of community outreach stuff. I mean, we've got hundreds of MREs that we had donated from the local National Guard that we're distributing to the community. We're doing pints for popos, where we give out free breakfasts and beers to the night shift, off going on Saturday mornings. We had just a lot of requests for community engagement, and like I said, we're just trying it, even if it's new, and seeing how it works. So yeah, just keeping an eye out. Like I said, our social media, we put out information all the time.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm certain that people will check that out, and the Dot Beer is that you're ahead of the curve on that one. I think that one's going to catch on as a URL extension. Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. Your mission statement as I was reading about it, starts out with creating a destination, but as you pointed out, that part's kind of problematic at the moment. But having an encompassing purpose of creating an experience and supporting the community have been things that you've really pivoted toward, and congratulations on the success that you're having in doing that for Bethlehem and for your customers. And good luck. I have to believe that that's going to earn you some very loyal clientele who will be with you well after this goes along.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Hank. One of the most satisfying things for me is, I'm here all day, every day. So I get to see all the customers and interact with people. And, when they come up and they say, hey, first and foremost, just thank you for being you guys and making us laugh and showing us that the world isn't caving in around us and giving people hope. And, it's a weird time. And, like you said, the military, it's always uncertain and you never know what you're going to come across. But having the ability to just go forward positively, it instills morale and, hope in people. And that's what people are looking for right now.
Outstanding. Well, thanks very much for your time and having the conversation, and stay healthy.
Absolutely, Hank. I appreciate you. Hopefully this was helpful for you.
All right.